There you are, Tony. I was going to leave a note for you. You'll be free for dinner tonight.
Three? And who's the date, may I ask?
What? What dame were you talking about? You and your silly notions. I received a telegram from Uncle Diego. I'll be expecting him tonight.
What's up? Anything wrong?
Maybe he wants us to see how I'm going before he goes abroad.
Expecting you to be married by now, or about to be, of course.
You can put it that way. You know my uncle well enough.
Well, he'll be disappointed again. When it comes to that, he has been disappointed in you several times. Perhaps he's used to it now. Why don't you just get married and be done with it?
You think it's as easy as that? I could just go out, pick a girl, and marry her. You know that. And my uncles knows that too. Going around with girls for a good time is one thing. Marrying one of them is another.
You mustn't forget, your uncle has your interest at heart. He means well. I wish I had someone like him. Some people have all the breaks.
Will not feel that way about it if you always pry into your private affairs.
Well, why shouldn't he? If you're going to inherit his property, naturally, it's his business to find out whether you're living up to his expectations or not. I'd do the same thing. I know you would too.
You know me. I've been honest with him, haven't I? I followed his wishes to the letter. But as for getting married, that's out. I haven't yet met the girl I'm going to marry. When the time comes, well, I'll know it. But I think that's going to be a mighty long time, my friend. I don't want to be tied to apron strings yet.
I wouldn't be too sure about that if I were you. Fate plays funny tricks on us sometimes, you know. I had the same idea once upon a time.
We can never agree on that matter. So let's leave things as they are. What will be, will be. You know, let's take the old man to a nightclub tonight. The novelty may do him some good.
It's your party, so a nightclub it is. If my wife were only here, she could prepare your uncle's favorite dish. Anyway, it won't be long now. She'll be here in a couple of weeks.
Weeks? That's much sooner than we expected. What about that advertisement we have in the papers for a maid to work with us? Are they still running it?
It's still here. We can have it cancelled by tomorrow. Maybe no one is interested. No one has applied. I think we can get along until my wife arrives.
It really makes a world of difference when a household is given the feminine touch. Take a look at this joint. It's a hell of a mess.
Now you're beginning to realize what you're missing. You'd be surprised how a woman can change the aspect of living, old chap. A wife can really do wonders.
You're telling me. It doesn't mean I should settle down soon. I'll take my time. I think that's my ride. See you later, Tony. One thing, if the old man arrives before I do, tell him I won't be long. Since you're married, you might sort of tidy up things a bit. That would be a great idea.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Is this Mr. Reyes' house?
Yes, this is the place.
Are you Mr. Reyes?
No.
Is he in? I would like to see him.
He has just left to play tennis. Did he know you were coming?
No, not exactly. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know me.
Oh, would you care to wait? Or would you rather leave a message?
Well, it's about this. I came here in an answer to this ad.
What? You work as a maid?
Mr. Reyes advertised for a young and intelligent girl to work as housemaid for two men. You're his companion, I suppose.
That's right.
Will you give me the job?
I don't know. You see, it's up to Mario. This is Mr. Reyes to decide. This is how the matter stands. Our original plan was to hire a maid for 2 months. However, we found out today that we'll only need her service for only about 2 weeks. So, we decided to cancel the ad tomorrow.
2 weeks' time is all right with me. Shall I start right now?
You've placed me in a position where I don't know what to say. I hate to disappoint you, and
Then let me decide for you. I'm eager to work. If you find I don't fit the job, then you can discharge me. All I want is a chance.
I'm not the one to decide. And there's the question of wages. I mean, your pay.
You and Mr. Reyes can fix that. If you ask me, 30 a week would be about right.
Great boss of fire! 30 a week? 120 a month? Have you ever heard of a maid earning that much? You must be joking.
No, I'm not. You seem to overlook the fact that a housemaid puts in more than 12 hours a day in her work. The entire household becomes her responsibility. In the United States, the people who do this kind of work get a lot more. It's about time we pattern our scale of wages on the American standard. I don't see any reasons why we cannot. That's social justice.
Let's not discuss about wages and standards and social justice. When Mr. Reyes arrives, well, we can settle that. For the present, since you're determined to work, you can start anytime you want to.
Thanks. You're very reasonable and kind. I want to begin now.
You'll find the kitchen and dining room over there. And the bedroom on that side. You'll find everything topsy-turvy. But I presume you know more about it than we do. And if you decide to stay, you'll find your room behind that kitchen. You can make your own arrangements. Just let me know if you need.
Thanks again.
By the way, what shall we call you? What's your name?
Just call me Luz. That's my name.
What's that?
Just a few of my things.
Darn it. Had to rain. We had hardly started to play.
I've got news for you.
No one man here.
No, but I've got you a housemate.
So someone came at last. But didn't you tell her we don't need one anymore?
That's exactly what I did. But she insisted on working for even just a couple of weeks.
Maybe she's in need of a job very badly. Poor soul. Where is she now?
The last time I heard her, she was in the kitchen. She was raising a hell of a noise. Her name is Luz.
That's a swell name.
You don't know the half of it.
Have you made arrangements for today?
I'm going right now. I was just waiting for you.
Luz! Luz! Will you come here?
Did you call?
Yes, I did. Will you put these things in my room? And bring my slippers. I think they're near in my dresser. Holy mackerel. Wait a minute, who are you?
I'm the maid.
Good Lord, there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake. You can ask your friend.
But you don't belong here. Let me have those things, please.
Must I reason it out too?
That will not be necessary. Will you please go to the kitchen for a while? I want to talk to my friend.
Just as you say so. May I put your shoes in your room now?
That's alright. I'll do that myself. Tony! Can you come here for a minute? Why did you hire that girl?
Why ask me? Ask her.
Can't you see? This is not the kind of work for her.
Why don't you tell her? I did. Where did it get me?
You must be crazy. Do you mean to tell me that she just talked you into it?
Will you stop asking me questions? If you want the answers, go on. Ask her. I've had my share of questioning.
You seem to have forgotten that my uncle is coming here. What will he say?
Gosh, I overlooked that. What are we gonna do now?
Fire, of course. I'll attend to that later. Just leave it to me. Now we go and get those reservations for tonight.
Alright.
Miss Luz, will you please come here?
Yes.
I just want to get this whole thing straight. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Will you please be seated?
Thank you.
Let's be frank and to the point. I hope you know what I mean.
I think I do.
Just what is your little game, may I ask?
What do you mean by that?
Please control yourself. Don't misunderstand me. I only want to know who you really are. I've the right to ask, haven't I? Please be seated again.
Well, you advertised for a maid to do housekeeping. You wanted one who was young and intelligent. I'm willing to work, and I believe I have those qualifications. Your companion said I could stay if I want to. But, of course, he said you have the final say.
That's not the point. What I mean is that this is not the kind of work for you. You don't look like a maid, and I don't believe you've done this kind of work before. And you say you're intelligent. Why don't you try something else? Well, let me see. Office work for one thing, or maybe you can be a sales girl.
I'd be entirely out of place in such a job. It wouldn't be fair to my employers.
Just where do you belong?
Housekeeping, home economics, if you must know.
Home economics? What do you mean?
Precisely, home economics. You see, I just graduated from college where I took a course in home economics.
You? College graduate? I knew there was something like this. Now we're getting somewhere. Please continue.
Well, I've just taken the civil service examination. It'll be months yet before the results are known. No government office will give me a permanent job unless I'm eligible. In the meantime, I don't want to go back home further. What was I to do? I was willing to work in any capacity, as long as it was honest work. Then I saw your advertisement in the papers. Well, here I am.
But a college graduate to do housemaid work? That doesn't make any sense.
And why not? You have the wrong point of view. You still have the old impractical ideas. Times have changed. In college, I prepare myself for the betterment of the home. If I do well as a housemaid from the start, and if I can put into practice some of the things I've learned, won't I be a success in my calling? A bit of engineering school starts as an apprentice in an engineering firm, doesn't he? And the same thing goes for the lawyer and the doctor. Is my profession any different?
I agree with you, but that kind of thing isn't done here in our country. What will people say?
It's about time we change our attitude. Is there anything wrong with a girl who's willing to do honest work? What if she happens to be a college graduate? In the United States, self-supporting students, graduate or undergraduate, spend their spare hours in working servants, waiters, and gardeners, and doing all sorts of odd jobs. Why can't we do the same thing here?
I admire you for your courage and determination. I wish people could see your point of view.
They will eventually, I know, but we must begin and show them right now. If we don't, who will?
Really have got something there. Food for thought?
And action.
I agree with you.
Thanks. I'm glad we have agreed on one thing. And does that mean that I can stay?
What else can I do but consent? If you really want to stay, the job is yours.
Thank you. You're very kind and reasonable.
Don't take me. Think Tony. That is my companion. Does he really know who you really are?
I don't think so.
Good. It's better to keep him ignorant about it. I want to put something over on him.
Just as you say. May I go and resume my work now?
With your work? Oh, yes. Yes, your work. What were you doing?
Odds and ends. I hope you realize the condition of your house, especially the kitchen and dining room. But I think I can fix everything. Just give me time.
You have all the time you want. As a matter of fact, you can do as you please.
Thanks. May I go now?
Where?
To resume my work.
Your work? Oh, yes, your work. Well, let's see. Why don't you call it a day? Perhaps you're tired. There's a lot of time. Tomorrow, for instance.
Now I know you don't want me to work. You're just trying to be nice to me. If you don't want me to stay, please say so. I'm willing to go.
Take it that way. I want you to stay. Honest, I do. Only I can't bear to see you work.
I'm your maid. I think we've made that clear.
Oh, I got it. I presume you know how to cook.
That's part of my training.
Then please prepare for tonight's dinner. Dishes sinigang. Can you cook that?
I think I can, but have we any supplies?
Easy. I can drive you to the market and get all the things you need.
Do you mind if I change?
Not at all. Water.
Well, how did you come out? Did you fire the girl?
Fire whom? Oh, you mean Luz?
Has she gone?
She's staying.
You mean she changed her mind? So she put it over on you too, eh? And you're putting the blame on me. Why is this funny? What will your uncle say?
Tell him the truth. There's nothing wrong with that. Is there?
And do you think he'll believe you?
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it? Oh yes, where did you make those reservations for tonight?
At the Alcazar.
To cancel that. Luz is going to prepare our dinner. And sinigang at that. Bet she can cook better than your wife.
So you got everything figured out, huh?
Tony, old chap. It only goes to show that somebody is using his head in this house.
Tony? Ninja, my dear! Why? What's the matter? How come you're here? I didn't expect you so soon.
Well, I didn't think it was fair to leave you and Mario here all alone, with no one to fix your food and the house all neglected. I just couldn't bear the thought of it, so I packed my things up and came home.
But your health, what did the doctor say?
I feel alright. I feel fine. How have you two been getting along?
We tried our best. Of course, you mustn't expect to find the house the way you left it.
Oh, where's Mario?
He's in his room. His uncle is coming, you know.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Who is she?
She's Miss Santos. Yeah, that's right. She's Miss Santos, Mario's fiance.
Mario's fiance? Can this be true?
That's what I said. Luz, Miss Santos. This is my wife.
How do you do?
My dear, I'm very glad to know you. I still can't make myself believe that this is true. Marius never told me he was engaged.
But I'm not.
I've known it for some time, but Mario made me promise not to let anyone know. He wants to surprise everybody, I suppose.
Mario is a very lucky man. My dear, let me congratulate you.
But I'm not.
Lydia! Why, this is a surprise. Tony told me you will be here for 2 weeks.
If you think my coming is a surprise, how about you and this young lady here? You surely can keep people guessing.
I don't know what you mean.
I've just revealed your secret. You know, about you and Luz being engaged.
What? You told her that? Well, you...
Don't feel that way about it, Mario. Haven't I the right one to know? Shouldn't I be told what's going on in our house? I don't see anything wrong. And if you don't want others to know, well, I think I can keep a secret.
It's not that, Lydia. What gets me is that Tony here did not tell. Well, never mind.
Haven't I something to say about this?
My dear, I'm sorry for my husband spoke out of turn.
That's alright, Lydia. Let's leave it at that.
Well, excuse me. I've got to fix up myself a little. Coming, dear?
Yes, I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Why did you tell her that? You must be crazy.
Perhaps I am. But do you think she would have believed that Luz here is our housemaid? Don't be a fool.
But that's the truth!
So what? Your uncle may believe it, but my wife? Never. Women are funny that way. When she saw you, I had to think fast. What else could I say?
And now, what are we going to do? We cannot keep this thing up.
That's exactly what we're going to do. To save our necks. Just pretend, that's all. When your uncle is gone, the show is over. You can tell Lydia the engagement's broken. She's not hard to convince.
I think he's right. What do you say?
Under the circumstances, that's the best way we can do. That is, if you're willing to cooperate.
Do you agree to that?
What else can I do?
Alright, since you've been very kind to me, I'll do my share.
That's the girl. I knew you wouldn't fail.
That must be your uncle now.
Uncle Diego!
Mario!
We were waiting for you!
Me too. Oh, hello everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. I actually met an old acquaintance along the way and we had a few drinks for old time's sake. And who's this young lady?
Uncle Diego, may I present you,
Let me do this. This is Miss Santos, Mario's fiance.
Then that's how things are. Then I don't see any reason why I should stand in the way. Well, my children, you have my blessing. I hope you'll be happy always.
Thank you, Uncle Diego.
Say, how about a little celebration?
We were going to surprise you too with real homemade dinner, Uncle Diego. Luz here is going to cook for you. We were going out to buy some groceries when Lydia arrived.
Luz to cook? Nothing doing. While she's in my house, she's my guest. I'm going to prepare dinner. I know you're just dying to taste my sinigang.
Suicidal!
Oh, I'm actually famished, but I'll wait for your sinigang.
Come on, let's do shopping. Please excuse the house.
you two be seated, I just want to ask a few questions. Now, are you really earnest about getting married?
We are, Uncle Diego.
How long has this been going on?
Um, I don't remember exactly, but we've known each other quite a while.
Well, do you love her?
I certainly do, Uncle Diego.
As for you, my dear, do you love my nephew?
I think I do.
And you want to be his wife?
Marriage, to be successful, should be founded on love. Marriage without love is sacrilege.
Well said, my child. But did you know that Mario here will inherit my property after I'm gone?
Uncle Diego.
Excuse me, please. Mario, please don't interrupt. I want to see this through in my own way. Well?
He never mentioned about that.
Does it matter whether he's rich or he's poor?
I want him as he is. What he'll inherit is immaterial.
Now, you may think I'm an inquisitive old fool for asking you these questions. I just want to make sure you're doing the right thing. I don't want any regrets.
You're doing the right thing. I admire you for that. You may be sure that there will be no regrets. Mario and I understand each other perfectly.
So when do you want the marriage to take place?
Well, you see, Uncle Diego, we haven't decided yet.
Well, for my part, the sooner the better. I would like to clean up before dinner.
It worked, it worked. You were wonderful. You can surely put things over.
I guess the show's over. I've said all I can. Your uncle's a great gentleman, and you're making a fool out of him. How could you do it? I didn't expect you would carry the farce as far as this. I'm leaving.
Say, don't go yet. What comes on to you?
This is too much. I can't take this any longer. Please let me go.
Won't you listen to reason? You can't go now.
Why not? Who'll stop me?
You can't leave us now. What will my uncle say? What will Lydia say? How are we going to face them? Do you think my uncle will ever forgive me?
If you think you are what I think you are, you'll have the courage to tell him the truth.
But you must listen to me. You must believe me. Do you realize what this whole thing has led up to?
I don't understand you.
I want you to believe me. Do you remember some of the questions of my uncle?
Well?
I meant every word I said about being in love with you. Yes, every word of it.
And you expect me to believe that?
The very moment I saw you, life for me really began. Something happened to me. In spite of myself.
It can't be true. You don't even know me.
Does that matter? Does it take long for one to know the object of his love? In the few minutes that we've been together, it seems I've known you all my life.
This is madness.
This is madness. Then it's one.
Senses.
Well, have you decided on your wedding day?
Leave that to you, Uncle John.
Let's see. How about a month from today? I just want to get this thing off my mind before I go abroad.
What do you say, dear?
It's up to you.
This is us up.
Well, here we are, folks. Dinner will be ready for a few minutes.
I want to make an announcement. Mario and Luz will be married a month from today.
What? Donnie! Donnie, dear, what happened?
Yes, fainted! Water! Water!
He's coming to now.
Is this Mr. Reyes' house?
Yes, I'm Mr. Reyes. What can I do for you?
You advertised for a girl to do housekeeping for you.
What? Another one? My God, this is too much.
Ay, Hun ba? Really makes a... It really makes a way of difference when a household is given...
Ulitin na natin.
It really makes a way of difference when a house... Since you're... Since you're married, you might sort... Since you're married, you would like to,
You might.
you might sort of tidy up things a bit. It would be a good way. Since, Sumulit.
Hindi, ulitin mo.
Ulitin ko na.
You have just left the paper. Thing. I don't know. You see, it's up to Mario. This is Mr. Reyes to decide. This is how that. Go. Great balls of fire! Balls of fire!
Go.
Darling, we had to ring. We had
Hardly. Go.
lose. You come here.
Go.
Let me have this, please.
Go.
Let me please.